Hey guys, what's up? It's Frizzle McPhilbertius McFrizzlenator here. I'm going to show you the Spellscript update in progress right now that is planned for release this week. Here we are in a world with some blocks. These are Spellscript-Blocks. I don't believe they were in the video that I last made, so just take a look-see here. Let's take a look at this one first. As you might have guessed, it creates Pigoos. It's compiling, that's good. So basically it's a block that you can put spell script in. You can put code in, and when you click on the block or activate it with redstone, it'll execute that script. So right now we're saying create 100 pigs, and you can decipher that just by looking at it. We have a world.spawnlivingpig, etc. And so if I go out here and I click it, oh god! Oh god! Yes, yeah, that just happened. Whee! And to control the sheer number of Pigoos, we have a kill Pigoos option in place. What in the world? What's going on? It doesn't sound like it wants to work. I'm not really sure why. Block that kid. Huh. Ah! There we go. That works. Strange. Anywho, pigs, kill. There we go. Yeah, so anyways, you might have noticed this is a little bit more complicated, and you can still kind of decipher it just by looking at it. You know, here we say create a list. This whole text editor thing is also new with the update. I'm sitting here highlighting stuff. Put a lot of effort in trying to make this as seamless as possible, so it's a fun experience coding in Minecraft. All we're saying is we're grabbing all the entities in the area, and if it's a living entity but it's not a player, we set it dead, and that just kills all the pigs and anything else that happens to not be me. So cool beans. So you see that those get activated when I click on them. Here's another one. This one actually generates a spiral helix. So if I click on this, ta-da! Did it not load? What's going on here? I think the renderer didn't load the blocks yet. So if I quit, yeah, there it goes. That's a Minecraft issue. But see, Minecraft isn't really built for you to change hundreds of blocks at once, so I can actually cut this on and off just like that. Yeah, so that's cool. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with this. I mean, virtually an infinite number of things you can do with spell script. You could use blocks like this to generate dungeons if you wanted to, if you really felt like it. You can draw lines of blocks and things. You can you know, scan the whole area and check if the block fits a certain shape. Use good old calculus to derive some shapes. That's how I did the helix. So yeah, tons of stuff. Let's take a look at the editor real quick. Now, it might not be very intuitive at first how to do things, but once you get the syntax down, once you get how it actually works, you can look at the list of all available methods just by pressing a hotkey. And so I can see everything that's an instance of a block. I can call these methods on it. If I go to world, which is all the way down here, I can see everything that the world class has to offer if I call a method on it. And this is all programmer jargon, I guess, but if I go down, you see spawn living right here. I don't know if you can see my mouse, you probably can't, but anyway, spawn living, world.spawnliving, and we pass it these parameters. So you can look up everything that's available to you. And you can also just kind of get some help this way, and it tells you what variables are already in scope, etc., what you can do with the code. So yeah, that's a pretty good overview. Let's see, you can, over here, I was messing around before, and you can kind of see that some spell script was totally happening over here. Yeah, just sort of kind of not a natural hole in the ground at all by any stretch of the imagination. But rather than leave you to wonder what could have possibly done that, I will just go ahead and make it happen again. Let's see. Pigoos. We don't want to spawn pigoos anymore. Pigs are nice, but pigs are also boring. How's that? Let's not do creepers. Or let's do a raffle conda. Yeah. So, Now let's just do it. Ah! Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, so I'm doing pretty well here. I don't know why I haven't died yet. Oh god. I think I nerfed explosions a little too hard. That'll be fixed by the time the update is out. I should not be able to just like stand here and endure this. In fact, if I just like wander down. Oh! Yeah. So that's fun. Ow. Yeah, that time I died. I don't know why I died that time as opposed to the other times. And so those blocks should have persisted through all that because they're actually not destructible unless you're an op. And in single player mode, it assumes you're an op. So let's see if we can find those two blocks. There's several blocks actually. Yeah, here they are. So they're fine. They didn't even get exploded. We're just gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah. Yay! Oh, our crafting bench got destroyed. Problem solved. Okay. Well, that was fun. And I'm gonna cut the video. I thought it might be fun to just go ahead and try to create something here, so let's do that. Let's plunk down a good old spell script block, and we're just gonna call it draw line, make it simple. And I guess as long as I'm showing this off, I should just go ahead and do a little color coding just to go ahead and emphasize that you can totally do that. Oh, I need to put something here. Yeah, now it compiles. Yeah, so draw a line. It's colored. This one's not colored. That one is colored. And I could even, let's see, if I go, I don't know what any of these colors are, but if I do, yeah, you can do a rainbow if you want. If you're feeling pretty prissy there. I have a really ridiculous computer setup right now. I'm sitting on my couch with my massive new computer sitting in front of me with the monitor sitting on top of the computer and our TV to the right, massive widescreen TV. And my computer is actually hooked up to my widescreen TV. I'm not looking at it right now, but I'm very happy with this setup. What can I say? So let's see, what kind of stuff can we do? Let's just start out real simple. We're going to say world.drawLine. And we're going to draw it from the block, from block, which is in scope. If I press this, it'll show us everything in scope. And I do, in fact, have a block in scope, variables in scope, block in scope. So that block is the location of the current block, if that's not obvious. And I can, so let's see, block, and I'm going to create a new block, like that. You can see that the, where are we going to draw to? Let's do, I guess block.getX plus 5, block.getY plus 5, block.getZ plus 5. You know what? This actually isn't a great idea because I don't want to overwrite the existing spell script block, so I should actually do getX block.getY block.getZ, and then I can say plus 5. And so we're drawing a line. We need to decide on our block ID, and so we can separate that out. I can do int block ID equals get block ID. I could hard code it to the block ID that I want, but it's much easier to do it this way, and it's a lot more maintainable, I think. So block ID equals get block ID class. We're going to take that, copy. You can copy paste into the editor and cut. So you can get scripts from each other and stuff, mess around. Is that compiling? Array index out of E. What in the world? Hold on, draw a line. We are still very much in alpha here. That's confusing. I don't really know why that's happening. Interesting. Okay, block.getZ. Let's take a look at the available methods. Maybe that'll help us figure out what's going on. If I go to world, draw line, so we got block ID. Ah, it needs a metadata. Okay. So that's really odd. I've never gotten this issue before. I need to fix that. Metadata is just going to be 0. I don't know why it's doing this. Ah! Oh, I didn't put I see. I didn't do a parentheses there. Yeah, there we go. Weird. I don't know why. So that's a compilation issue. See here where the parentheses are. It should have actually thrown an error and looked at it as if it was a function pointer, but whatever, we're good. So if I do that, yeah, we drew a line. Alright. So I can actually, if I want to get rid of that line, I can just replace glass with air. Yeah, got rid of it. So this can lead us to do much more complicated things like drawing shapes, building entire houses. This is pretty ugly here. I can actually make this a little better if I do something like int x equals block.getx, int y equals block.gety, z equals block.getz. And then I can replace all this crap, make it a million times easier to look at. X, Y, Z. So that's what's nice about having an actual programming language for this rather than, you know, some kind of like really simple DSL, domain specific language, which is what you would normally expect. But, you know, since we have like variables and stuff, we can make our life a million times easier. So that compiles. That's good. And if I do it again, it'll draw the line. So that's good. That's great. Fantastic. Whatever. Let's get rid of that. And so, and these lines can be whatever. You know, I can actually raise the y to like 10 or something. In theory, is that compiling? Y plus 5, then y plus 10. Huh. Oh, I know what's happening. The renderer isn't. Explosion blocks. Let's grab all this. Whee! Blocks. So we said plus 5 into plus 10. That's interesting. But if I do that... Wait. I'm still drawing air. I'm such an idiot. Oh, man. I'm a fool. And so if I do that... Yeah, there we go. So I can... Oop. It's a little too high up there. Ow, head. If I were a warrior, I could go ahead and do a little skip and a hop action, get up there, but meh. And so, you know, we can get to do really arbitrarily complicated things. So, for example, I can, you know, draw a bunch of lines using some copy-paste action. We're saying the center is here, so that's going to stay the same, but instead we're going to do, let's do -5, -5, and here, here. And that ought to do something like a pyramid or something. Oh, it's still air. Glass. Let's do glass. Oh, this is entertaining to watch. If you're not a cool. Yeah, so if you're not a programmer, I hope you can pick up on what's going on. I mean, it looks like code, right? But you can still kind of decipher it, I think. And thankfully, this editor is syntax highlighted. Let's go ahead. Hold on. I just want to... Let's get down to where you can see it as it disappears. Yeah, you saw it disappear. So you can kind of tell what's going on. I mean, maybe this is a little hard to read. You know, XYZ, block ID. We have variables and stuff. And so let's see. That was that. That's a randomly complicated thing, or I mean, relatively complicated. Again, you can do stuff that's like as complicated as a helix, you know. Just whatever. I mean, there's so much stuff you can do. So for our next block, should I record it? I don't know. I might just skip ahead if it's not entertaining to watch. I'm a little worried about disk space at the moment, but so let's draw a line. Let's make this one actually apply an effect to whoever is next to it, and we're gonna call it feather fall. Oops, pass. And let's go ahead and give it a color because colors are helpful. And Is it C for cyan? No, that's red. What's cyan? Whatever. We're gonna go with, I don't know, purple. I think purple is like E or something. Feather fall. Oh, yellow. Dang it. Nah, whatever. Good enough. And yeah, I'm gonna cut the video for a second and wait till it's a little more interesting. So BRB. And lo and behold, through the magic of copy pasting from another world where I already made this. Watch out! Okay, so it should compile. It compiles. That's good. And we can just kind of step through this. The first thing you'll see is event type. Well, what is that? Well, if we look here at the info, int event type, it's a variable that's in scope and is described down here. The type can be checked with the variable event type. So, you know, if we click on it or activate it with redstone, the way that we activate it is going to be stored in this variable. And so 0 indicates deactivation, 1 indicates activation, all redstone, and 2 indicates direct activation, i.e. we clicked on it or something. And so we're saying that if it's not activated, we ignore it. So we don't care unless it's an activation by redstone. So that's simple enough. Here we have def on update. What's this? This is a function definition. We declare a snippet of code that can be executed somewhere else. And we can execute it just by saying on update. So here I could go on update and pass in parameters. And that would execute that code. Just me doing this right there. The fact that it's here doesn't mean that it gets executed. If you're not familiar with programming, everything gets executed from top to bottom, basically. So here we declare a function, and then here we basically grab all of the entities near the block, and then we apply a lasting effect to them. We apply a buff or a debuff or a dot. In this case, we just apply our function. So we pass it the function on update that we defined up here, on update, on update. And when it receives this function, it attaches it to the entity, apply timed lasting effect, attaches this function to the entity and executes it every tick until it's, you know, exhausted, until the time runs out, which is 20 times 60 ticks. So it's going to attach that, and then every tick it's going to check its velocity, and if the velocity is beneath a threshold, we force it back to that threshold. We set the velocity to that threshold, and we create some particles to show that the effect is happening. And that's how we get featherfall, a featherfall effect. Now it's not going to do anything yet because we don't have a way to activate it. It has to be activated with redstone. So because we want to show off the redstoniness of this and how cool it is, we're going to go ahead and make a platform, or what is it called? That's a slab. How do you make these? Is it too thick, maybe? No. Huh. I'm just looking for like an activation panel. Gosh, I don't know why I can't think of what it's called. Well, here, we can do it with wood for sure. I'm pretty darn certain. So let's do wood. Oop. Oop, there we go. That's more like it. Yeah, so pressure plate. That's what it's called. A pressure plate. Ding. Oh, I'm getting some frame tearing. I don't know if that's apparent in the video, but featherfall if I. Is it working? Event type not equal to -1. We scan the nearby area. Let's look in 3. Let's increase the radius of that. Oh, there it went. Oh, snap. Yeah, so I now fall very slowly. Let's go into this giant hole. Whee! I'm a ranger, so I can just climb out of here. I actually re-rolled a ranger because I got stuck at the very bottom of that hole and couldn't get out. Which is great, you know, getting exploded and stuff. Always fun. So if I just go down here... Wait, what do I do? I shouldn't go down here. I won't be able to get out. Because watching me crawl out of this massive hole is going to be so entertaining. I mean, maybe. Who knows? It was pretty fun getting out. Took some problem-solving skills. And so that was supposed to last a whole minute. 20 ticks times 60 equals a minute, I think, because there's 20 ticks in a second. No, where are blocks? Let's go back to first person here. Oh God! Take that, foul knave! Eat firebolt. Okay. And here's explosion territory, and here we go. Back to our blocks. And so we can do whatever here. You know, if we wanted to, we could, let's see. I got an idea. So, let's call this, levitate, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to get down. Well, See, this is what's good. You gotta think about like the actual implications of what you're coding. I mean, you can code whatever the heck you want to, but if you code something buggy or stupid, you know, it's gonna do you in the end. I was just thinking if there was some way you could like rise upward. But tell you what, we can totally do that. We just have to make it not last very long. So we can make it last 5 seconds. And we're going to call it levitate. Levitate. And we're going to say if affected.get velocity is less than 0.15. I guess it's going to do the exact same thing, isn't it? Except we're just going to go up. Well, let's give that a try. Oh! And yeah. Ow. Cool beans. That was actually pretty cool. And so we can actually change this rate. I'm going to go ahead and put that in another variable so it'll be easier to look at. Double cap equals 0.15. And we're just going to replace that here and here, so that's a lot easier to manage. Okay, so and now we could do something crazy. You know, we could set it to like twice as much. Arg! I just accidentally F11'd out of the window. You didn't miss anything. Just immediately cut off the video. Arg! Okay, I noticed this. Levitate. That was weird. Okay, accidentally pasted. Levitate, levitate. Okay, so this is going to make us rise twice as fast. So if I press escape to get out and I do this again. Ah! And kneecaps are slightly broken. Now what's going to be cool, I think, is if we invert this a little bit. So maybe I don't want to levitate. You know, maybe I want to watch everything around me levitate. That'd be good. So if entity is a living and it has none of those effects, then we apply the lasting effect to it. If entity instance of living and not entity instance of player. Okay, and so that should get everything around here. Doop. Yeah! Oh snap. And thud. Hee hee hee. Ha ha hoo hoo. Heh. So, oh god, I just did it again. So that has apparent uses. You could also do, I mean, let's see, if it gets executed every tick, I don't know, this is really fun though. I know what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Oh my god. Big goose! Yay! Ah! Big goose! Ah! Oh, they landed on the platform thingy, pressure plate. I like this. I like this a lot. Hallelujah is a raining pig-oos. Pig-oos. Pig-o. Okay, let's stop this. There. God dang it! There, now it's pig-proofed. I think. Oh. Oh my god. Okay, even this isn't good enough. Can they activate it even if they're like not? There we go. Yeah, let's go ahead and kill all of them horribly. Die. 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 There we go. Oh man. Fun stuff. So let's see. Oh, grass. What else can we do? Ooh, I know what I want to do. Apart from randomly burp. I'm going to make another block that I am ready to copy paste in without my voice cracking horribly. We're going to call this ellipsoid-o-matic. And pass. Do that. Sweet Jesus. Now how are we going to do this? We probably ought to put a lever on this so it'll activate that way. And I'm going to cut the video so I can grab it real quick and paste it in.